Well, so that happened. My condo got sprayed by a skunk, which is a little weird. I opened up the door to leave, and all of a sudden it smelled like skunk. And I walked outside, and it kind of went away when I was more than 2 feet from my front door. And even like standing just a foot from my front door, you can't smell it. But as you walk through the threshold into my place, it just stunk like skunk really, really bad. The thing must have literally sprayed the door.
I mean, the good news is it got rid of the smell of socialism.
Right. Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, the skunk smell started coming in through the air conditioning vent. I mean, it was getting pretty bad.
You can't get rid of that stuff.
No,
it's
took
there
a while.
for a while.
After a couple days, it was gone, and it was only on one floor. Fortunately, at least it didn't affect the bedrooms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that stuff's bad.
Then I ended up having, because of a whole confusion, I ended up having to pick up my dad at Boston Airport. He was flying in from Europe, and that's relevant later in the story. But so I went out there. I figured, okay, I'll have dinner in Boston and then go over there. So I went with my girlfriend. We go to this restaurant, pretty nice place. Hadn't been there before. She's a pescatarian. Orders lobster chowder, which you presume has seafood in it, but not necessarily any other meats that aren't mentioned on the menu. Reasonable?
I'll keep going. I'll tell you what I told her earlier.
Who told who?
What I told your girlfriend.
Oh, she talked about
soups.
this?
Yeah, go ahead. Just tell the story.
Everybody knows French onion soup has beef broth, for example, right? But when you look at the ingredients and it says lobster, whatever else is in there, and that's it, you assume that's it. Shows up, it appears to have bacon in it. And then the waitress comes out, she explains, oh, I'm a pescatarian, blah, 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 blah. And then the explanation was, let me find out, because it doesn't say bacon on the menu. It's kind of weird. Goes back, comes out and says, it's a lobster chowder, but it's pork-based. It's a pork-based lobster chowder. And I'm thinking to myself, how can you not have that on the menu? Especially since when you're talking about pork, vegetarians don't eat pork, pescatarians don't eat pork, a lot of Jews don't eat pork, a lot of Muslims don't eat pork, people who eat only poultry don't eat pork, right? I mean, I as someone who am not a vegetarian also wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah.
And then here's the funny thing. They say, don't worry, we're not going to charge you for it. You can order something else. Really? You're going to do me the huge favor of not charging me for the soup that has pork in it, which is not on the menu and which nobody ate? You're going to do us the favor of not charging us for that. What a great favor. Then I found out, though, chicken noodle soup, a lot of times it's actually rattlesnake based. Even though it's a chicken noodle soup, it has a rattlesnake base. Never knew. When
we were at Netroots, there was the corn chowder.
Right.
And she was about to eat it, and I said, you probably don't want to do that. There's bacon in there. And she's like, what? But it's corn chowder. And I said, almost every gourmet soup you order, regardless of the title of what it's called, is going to have some type of meat product infused or in it. And that's totally true. Almost anywhere you go, every type of chowder, anything, will have something meat-based in there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So the last part of the story is I get over to Logan Airport.
To be honest, it does make for the best soups.
Sure, of course. No, certainly. Who doesn't love duck fat in their soup?
Yeah.
Head over to the airport, and then you know how they have 2 lanes when you go to arrivals, one for buses and limos and then one for cars. And you can just park there. And there's signs that say, no waiting around, make sure you're just picking up the person, whatever. So I park the car there, and it's totally dead. I mean, there's nobody there. It was a Saturday evening. There just wasn't busy at that time. And I go in, leave my girlfriend in the car. Then I get a phone call saying there's a state trooper who wants me to move the car and circle around. So I walk out there, and I assume I just have to do that. The guy's standing there at the back of my car with his hands on his hips looking at me like I'm a 5-year-old, and he's about to scold me for slapping my little brother in the face with a rubber band or something like that. And he says to me, the reason I let you park here before is because it wasn't busy. Now it's getting busy. It's not a park and go inside. You have to be with your car. I need you to circle around. And I say, okay. And then I just get in the car, and he says, thank you. So then I circle around, which actually takes 15 minutes because it was actually starting to get busy. Come back around, and then I park, and then I see my dad starting to walk out with his luggage. And then the guy walks over, and he says, unless someone is loading their luggage in, you have to keep circling. And I say, but my dad's been traveling, what at this point must feel like days, and he's right there with his luggage, and he's coming out, so he's right over there. And he says, you must keep circling. And then I say, why don't I keep circling? And I just roll up the window and circle around again, which of course took 15 minutes. And at that point, my dad was 13 seconds away. So a lot of annoying stuff going on at that Logan airport. Honestly, he was acting like I had just shot someone who was unarmed, and I was claiming I was standing my ground or something like that. Oh, actually, wait, no, then he would have just let me go. He would have been fine with whatever I was doing.
Probably.
Bad example.
Yeah.
The guy reacted. He was so mad, you would have assumed I was the head of a religion, and he was the head of a religion, and he had just found out his priests were raping children. That's how mad he seemed. Actually, no, the Pope wasn't mad about that either. He helped cover it up.
No.
Well, anyway, the guy was really upset.
Airports are never pleasant.
No, they're
There's
not.
nothing pleasant about an airport experience.